Welcome to another episode of Busa Secret Show. Today I don't have a main agenda to share. Mainly, it will be just sharing about what's my thoughts on next year because 2022, 2020 is coming to an end and we are stepping into 2021. What's my thought on the market and how am I preparing myself to get a better result next year? Because to be honest, this year I identified a lot of really good stocks, including C Limited, Square, CrowdStrike, those that return more than 100%, 100, 200% even. And those that bought glove stocks would have gotten like 500%. I think now maybe still 400% like that, right? But I miss out on the glove stocks. Also, the tech stocks, even though I didn't really miss out, I actually made not that much from them because I didn't go in as heavy as early. And I actually positioned myself for the recovery stocks, which recovered, but not that great yet. So, if you'd like to hear my view on what are the stocks or sector or industry that we are looking into, then this will be an interesting program, right? So, first of all, type in hi or share your thoughts. How's everybody doing? It's been almost a week since we last see each other. Last week we talked about top glove, the glove counters and all, and how I say if you're a trader, you should have cut loss. Right after that, the stock rebound, like walao, right? But that said, I believe a lot of it actually came back down, and it's still like being stagnant there. But I believe today, right, most of the whole market, the whole share market, is actually, I don't know, from my watch list, most of it is down, right? Most of the stocks is down, and not just Malaysia. Okay, in fact, almost every country it's going down. Now, by the way, any one of you actually played this game called Cyberpunk before, right? Or anybody playing Cyberpunk or ordering this PC game, Cyberpunk? It's a very interesting game, right? I'm looking into one company that is behind the game. Could be interesting, but that will be the story of today as well. So if I have a look at my watch list, yeah, today is pretty mixed. Most of the glove stocks are unchanged. It has been stagnant for a week, right? And most of the stocks in my portfolio as well is all down today, right? Actually, down by 3% today, most of it. What else? Tech counters also down. Wow, down by quite serious, right? Some of them. Furniture that used to do so well, wow, down a lot, man. So today is really a down time for most stocks. What sector is going up today? I see properties also going down. Properties counter started rallying last week. How about construction? All down, right? So Joey say this is a low battery alert. It's actually quite healthy, right? Quite healthy to see this kind of setback in the market, because if the market is up every day, it actually means that, oh, I thought you say low battery in terms of the share market. Turns out you're saying low battery in terms of camera. Don't worry, man. You can always change the camera, right? This one is webcam. So webcam doesn't require the battery, right? Just that not so HD. Yeah, but actually my statement of saying the low battery alert, I'm referring to the share market, right? It sort of is showing that when you start to see all these counters start to go down, and it's been a long time since all the counters go down together, the whole market down, I see there could be like some signal, some tipping point. Now, throughout the whole year, if you have been saying, oh, market may go down or what, you would probably be wrong, right? Whereas this year, market has only been up, right? But from my experience, 6-7 years, every 6 months or 1 year, a huge down of 10-20% is a very normal thing and it's a very healthy thing, right? So the way I look at it now is the world has already accepted that vaccine is out, right? This news is in. But for some reason, a lot of the stock haven't priced in this yet, right? Now, example of stocks that have already priced in this vaccine out, that this COVID will be gone thing, are companies like the bank stocks, right? Banks are actually going back to previous high, in fact, higher than before this COVID, right? Type in yes if you agree. A lot of the bank stocks, maybe I share with you some chart. Their share price is now actually higher than before COVID. Let me see if I have the financial. I don't have Maybank. Let me see Maybank. And if you are wondering, how many of you wondering whether all these stocks that has gone up to before COVID level and maybe even higher, whether you can still keep them? If you're wondering, you type in me. You're wondering, hey, how come so weird one? All these stocks are now close to all-time high, higher than before COVID, right? So this is the 1-year chart for Maybank. As you can see, it actually went up higher than before COVID, right? Now, you want to know what's my thought on this, whether it's sustainable or not? My thought on it is very simple. It's a sustainable thing, but I think the room to go up further is a little bit limited, right? So now that it has gone up to 9, I don't think 850 to 9, I don't think it's gonna go back to like 7 anytime soon. Right? I think this is a sustained rally. Now, that said, right, this share price of Maybank is primarily up, number one, because people don't worry that much about the economy because the vaccine is out. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Number two is because of the low interest rate. So I want you to imagine in year 2021 and year 2022 and onward, in the next 3 to 5 years, you see a lot of stocks breaking new high. That means in the past, maybe their share price was, in the past as in 2018, 2019, the share price was 20 ringgit and they make earnings of $10, sorry, $1, PE 20. Now, next year and the year after that, you will start to see them selling at PE 25 or PE 35, right? So their share price will be 25 or 35. A very simple reason. The simple reason is because the interest rate has gone down. So that's why I see there are actually still opportunity, right? Because even though the bank stocks have gone up, right, primarily because at first people think the economic impact is very bad, but now they found out it's not that bad actually. So people find that these are still considered safe investments, right? Even though moratorium ended, you don't see a big effect. You don't see like a lot of people going bankrupt. Seems like the thing is doing well, right? Budget also gonna pass, vaccine also coming out, right? So they think, okay, maybe this one can go back to 90% of the previous level or even 100% of the previous level. And with the low interest rate, right, and the stimulus, all this, maybe economy will recover to even better than before this. Plus, because of the low interest rate, right, all these EPF or investment fund house, they are not looking for a super high return in terms of dividend yield. They may look for a smaller return in terms of dividend yield. That's why they are willing to pay a higher price if Maybank can sustain the dividend, because it will look very attractive compared to fixed deposit, right? So in the past, maybe fixed deposit 4 or 5%, you want the stock to give you 6-7% return from dividend. But now the fixed deposit maybe 1 or 2%. If the stock can give you 4% return on dividend, you're very happy. And you find those that are consistent dividend giver like Maybank, right, CIMB, etc. Okay, so they will all rush to this kind of stock. That's why the share price go up. Now, do I see this coming? answer is yes, but I didn't see this coming so fast, right? Actually, if you look at, I personally, those that know me, I actually almost silang all my money all in to a US bank stock, about 40 or 50% of my money, like 500,000 into one US bank stock at about $22. And within 1 week, it went from 22 to $30. 1 week only, right? I waited for one whole year for it to go up. In 1 week, it go up. You see, same thing with Maybank. One whole year, wow, it's like $7, $7, $7. Suddenly, within 1 month or 1 week, actually, went up to $8.25, right? I don't think people expect it will go up so fast because things still look gloomy, all this, but that's the proof that you actually cannot time the market so well. So you can listen to our Facebook Live, all this, but at the end, I always want to caution people, if you think the stock is good, right, you can buy in a little bit, unless your capital is really very tight and you don't have new capital coming in. If not, then if you think a stock is good, don't always think that you can outsmart market. You know exactly when it will go up or go down, right? If you think it's good, go in batches, right? So Nicholas Yap said, I think this week, throw one stone, any stock also can earn money since most of the stock drop. Not necessary. Drop can be a lot of type of drop. It could be a dip, right? A dip is it dropped 2-3 days, then after that it's gonna recover. Or it could be a greater drop. It could be drop 30%. Okay, continuously, most of the stock drop 10, 20 to even 30%, which, as I say, in the past few years, it's actually very norm. Every year happens at least once, so you got to be careful. But I mean, this is opportunity for you to buy good stocks. So some of the stocks I see is really, there is some opportunity there, right? One example is a company called Denounce. We talked about it before. I entered for trading, and my average price was 58. Then at 56, I cut loss. Now it go to 50 cents. Start to look very attractive to me. I may want to go in again, but I may want to go in at a lower price, maybe 47, something like that, right? Reason being is I read the report, I studied the company. If you have patience, I think in year 2021, if your entry price is correct, this will be a quite profitable stock as well. Okay, so I guess that answers the question for Amy. Hi, Mingtek. Can you share your plan regarding Denounce? It seems like going down since after QR release. I think I just shared exactly what I did with the stock. I cut loss first, but I think this is still a good stock. The reason why I cut loss is just follow my trading rule. Trading rule say break support, cut. Indeed, cut a D, my capital is safe. It drop another 10 to 15%. Then I can go in back again, right? When you recover back to the price I cut loss, I put already make 20-30%. You understand what I mean? Yeah. So now, when I'm saying don't try to time the market, I'm not saying in terms of technical analysis. Because as we say, there are two ways to invest. There's one way is to invest, one way is to be a trader. Trader, you follow the chart. You're not saying, oh, I think maybe later the chart will become like this. You're reactive. You see the chart, break support, you sell, right? You don't try to guess so much, right? That will make your entire journey and system, right, very smooth, and you know exactly what you're doing. You're not nervous or worried, okay? Yeah. So, guys, what stock are you buying now? Maybe you can share with me, right? What are the stocks that you are buying now? Yeah. Daniel wants me to share about NTPM. The result was just out. Yeah, actually one of our members shared with me NTPM. Actually, I got nothing much to say about NTPM. For me, it's expected. It's not a surprise at all. I expected them to make good profit. But let me look at the profit again. The profit, right, quarter over quarter, I don't think it's too great. You can see that they actually still get impacted quite badly by their hotel business. Their hotel business is actually still dragging their profit down. But if you look at the profit that they earned this quarter, actually is slightly lesser compared to the previous quarter. Now, if you want to know what's my thought on the next quarter, then I can share with you. right? If you want me to talk about what do I think will happen in next quarter for NTPM, then you type in NTPM, right? Great tech. Peter, if you are aiming for great tech, you can actually join our Telegram channel. Then you scroll back at our Telegram channel. You can find the report on great tech. We actually did an analysis on great tech, and in the past, I don't understand why this great tech is going up every day. Is it people going, or why is it every day going up? Now I actually understand. They have a very good future. Just that what is the price to buy, I don't know. But they have a very good future, this great tech. Now, the reason being is because, if not mistaken, through our research, this great tech managed to secure contract with Panasonic. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, to supply the socket, the charging socket for electric car station. Okay, electric car charging station. So as we all know now, it's like now people just discovered petrol car, right? People just discovered petrol car, and you are the one that supplies Shell the petrol station pump. Do you think this will be a very good business for you? Type in yes if you think this will be a very good business. So it's no wonder why the share price is going up, right? But I think it's already been priced in. Okay, yeah. So actually, I'm very bad at guessing how high the share price can be. So in our report, we said, we don't want to guess how high the share price can be, because it can be quite crazy. Nowadays, it's really the theme of growth investing. You see, behind I got so many books, right? You throw them away. Nowadays, you apply those books, you're gonna lose money. You're not gonna lose money. You're gonna miss out on the good stocks, or you're gonna make very little profit. Because nowadays people invest, they don't look at valuation anymore. They see good company will have growth, hantam money. What's a PE? Don't care, right? Yeah. As long as we continuously make more and more money, then they hantam. So that's the style. So if you try to be too careful with valuation, then you always miss out. Based on my valuation on great tech, if we say in Mandarin, 左看右看, look at it left side, look at it right side, top look, down look. I give you all benefit of the doubt, all this, I still cannot figure out how come the share price is so expensive. So if you want to trade it, maybe you can use a technical analysis. Okay. So that's for great tech. Lei Hong. Okay, Lei Hong, right? Maybe let's look at Lei Hong. Okay, Lei Hong. Yeah, this egg industry, I used to look at them in the beginning of this year. Luckily, I don't know what I did. I think I didn't buy. Okay, I didn't buy. Otherwise, I will really suffer. You look at these egg stocks, right? They have recovered to pre-COVID level, actually. Okay, and it's at the support of pre-COVID level. But if you look at the price, actually, the price of eggs, I'm not sure whether they have recovered, because this is a fun fact that I didn't know before this, which is good to know now. I was actually very curious. How come, right, during MCO, all these egg counter don't perform well? I thought they are supposed to perform well. It's like logic, eggs is like necessity. So why would the business go down during MCO or lockdown, right? You won't, cut on eating egg. And that's when, after I read the report or the news, I found out that actually a big portion of people that is eating eggs are the foreign workers, right? The labor workers, right? So that's why their profit margin is affected and the revenue is down. But surprisingly, again, if you look at Lei Hong, it's actually doing okay, Still got year-on-year growth, right? Still got year-on-year growth. But the profit margin is damn thin, 5%, like that, okay? Now, for chicken counter, what you need to be careful with is, it's sort of like NTPM, okay? But I haven't fully figured them out yet, because there is two factors. There's a chicken price, and as well as there's the cost price. So you need to look at soybean price, right? Either the chicken price down, they will make little profit, like you see, wow, this Teo Seng kena jialat lo, right? because if I'm not mistaken, the pricing not so good, and the cost is higher. Their main cost is actually the soybean cost, right? Soybean price. They use the soybean to feed the chicken. So that is a big cost. Just like NTPM is going up because of the virgin pork price going down, it's the same thing with the egg counters. So that you need to be careful of, which I still don't know where to find the soybean price from time to time, and I still haven't confirmed with the management it is the soybean price we're talking about. So I don't want to comment much because maybe I don't fully understand. But as far as I know, these are two things you need to look at. And so far, from my memory, soybean price is increasing. Egg price, I'm not sure whether increasing yet or not. So yeah, the rebound is there, but you want it to go up further, it will be challenging, right? For me at least, right? But if you look at it, it's actually, part of the recovery play. Part of the recovery play, this one, Teo Seng, as well as Lei Hong. Okay? So it's a good story. I didn't expect them to be COVID affected, but they are. Then after that, they are recovering. So how about oil and gas company like Sebak? Okay, this company actually they still manage to keep secure new contract from time to time. Actually, this company is cheap. Okay, no doubt it's cheap. So, but you don't know when the market want to give them a good PE ratio because they are project basis company. They are not a recurring income company. So they're more like construction company, not really an oil and gas play per se, more like a construction company in oil and gas sector, right? Now it's actually, to be honest, I feel it's not expensive at all, this company. Historically speaking, it's actually considered cheap, and they have been having profit growth, right? Keep profit growth, and they also keep on secure new contract. So this is a not bad stock, right? Not bad per stock, but you need to trade it, right? Because in investment wise, actually can study more. This company has the potential to be investment grade as well. But one thing that I don't like is their cash flow is very bad. Okay, cash flow very bad, but nobody care in Malaysia. Okay, nobody care whether cash flow good or bad. But cash flow really bad. It seems like they can't really collect back the payment from the customer, or that's part of the nature of business. Now this Sebak, it's a very interesting play, right? Maybe it's a good buy. Maybe it's a good buy, right? At 160, it could be a very good buy, right? Seeing that things are recovering and yet this is selling at a cheap price, right? Now, why is it going down? Nobody knows, right? But I don't think it's gonna get way too worse, right? Of course, some study is needed, right? Study is needed. Will this oil and gas trend in the future become worse and worse, right? That means maybe people don't even go and drill the oil, right? What are their contract about this about, right? When I do the briefing with the management the other day, I think they told me something about Sebak. They also have other contracts. I need to study back, right? But it's interesting. Yeah, this Sebak I'll study more. From what I look at it, it's looking quite good. Okay. How about Chrono? Chrono, I don't want to comment. Okay. Chrono, I don't want to comment. Okay. I thought it's good. Then somebody tell me something. Then I don't want to comment. Gen M, CMB, Maybank, Carlsberg for long term. I don't think so. I don't think so. I personally, this is not a buy call or sell call, but I personally won't be buying this because I'm looking for something more quality, more high growth, safer, and this doesn't really count in my criteria. Even though CMB for some reason looks so cheap, right? Now SCGM pullback is normal. It's normal. SCGM is still a good company. Everything is still good with SCGM, right? But the thing is, pullback it rallies so much to the high end of their valuation. So SCGM is one of the case where people actually think, oh, it's too expensive. So it may need to retrace back like 240, 2 ringgit before going up, higher than 3 again in the future. So, so maybe let's look at SCGM for a while. It's been like more than a week since I last looked at it, right? Maybe from looking at it now, I can see some opportunity. Hey, not bad. It's going back to 240. Good. Yeah, as we can see, it's still very downtrend. Still a very clear downtrend. Okay. Still a very clear downtrend. Blue Demon asks, what do you think about cybersecurity industry next year? It will be just as good as this year. One of the best performing stocks that we featured is called CrowdStrike. It went up like 200-300% this year. And I think the company profit and earnings may continue to go up, but I don't guarantee the share price can continue to go up because a lot is already priced in, just like the glove counter. What do you think about D&O? If you attended the management briefing with D&O management last time, which unfortunately there's no recording, I think it's very good, right? And it's pretty much secured the future. Just what price you're buying. Unfortunately, I got one of my friend has a lot of money. Every time the stock cheap, he buy. He don't want to let it become cheap. That's how to make big money, right? You let it drop, only we buy, only make money, When drop a bit, you buy, keep support the price, how to drop? Not my friend, I don't know who, right? And this is just a joke, how can my friend, support the price? Can comment on SCG, Berhad, and MPI. Your view on Rash Berhad. I've never heard of those counter. Why UWC up so much? I can't remember. Yeah, we are studying this and we are going to the AGM in January, right? But I haven't looked at the report yet. Somebody is Sundar is asking, Asia, what price would be ideal to enter? Asia is a bit dangerous, okay, because from business point of view, how to say, they close down a lot of things, They close down a lot of things, they retrench a lot of people. The business got permanent damage, It's not a temporary damage, it's permanent damage, And don't know how long they can last, even now, right? So why the share price go up, I don't know. Okay. I think most people that study one, they don't dare to buy one. After you read the balance sheet, income statement, all this, you really don't dare to buy one. A lot of people, but definitely still got people buy. Maybe they know something I don't. OpenSys, I never. Is it a vaccine counter? No, right? That one is solution. I can't remember. IJM. Okay, IJM is interesting. IJM is interesting. I just looked at IJM recently. I'm not sure whether I look at IJM property or IJM. Yeah, actually there's this IJM, right? IJM Corp. If you look at their balance sheet, they have a lot of unsold property, Whether they can clear it or not, I don't know. But, the other day we did an interview with Faisal Ridwan. I don't know. I don't want to comment more. Okay, diam. Almost shared something. Okay, so hibiscus. How about hibiscus? Hibiscus, yes, I did buy. Right now, the share price is at my break-even price. Right. So will I add more? Maybe. Yeah. I actually really love it that when the market goes up, I love it. When market goes up, I damn angry one. I tak suka one when market go up. Because when market go up, it's difficult. It's not difficult to make money. You can still make money, but the risk is higher. I like to have low risk, high return. So you see, during the COVID period, I'm like so happy. Now actually, I'm not happy one. Okay. JF Tech valuation PE 100. Is it justifiable? It could be justifiable because they have a very strong expansion plan in China, and Huawei is asking them to do something for them, right? So that's why this company is up a lot. Now, Bio Alpha, we still need to look at the thing panning out. So monitor the QR. When the QR show, then the TA look good, only then I will enter, right? Bintai drop Cao. Yeah, I never play the vaccine counter. And I think the ministers have said that they won't allow middlemen, right? So this vaccine counter, I don't know, right? Whether they can really make any money at all. As far as I know, the government seems like want to give at least 30% of the population with their own money without middlemen, right? So how do they, I don't know, where do they come in? Or is there a place for them to come in? US cannabis got play. In fact, I made like almost 50% from a company called True Leaf, but only buying 10,000 ringgit lah. It's like nothing. Yeah, solution, not sure. No comment, because this one, I think even management don't know, right? But seems like management, the ministers have no interest in giving contracts to middlemen. And they are trying to make this thing as cheap and as efficient as possible. How about AT? Now, AT is very interesting. AT, a lot of people bought and sold actually. Okay, and suppose this month already start production, started already or not? The production got photo or not? I don't know, right? Supposed to start this month, right? Yeah. So Palante Technology is a very interesting company, but I look at the growth rate is a bit slow. So yeah, there are better stocks than Palante. And the profit margin's too thin. It's not like they are trying to do like a CrowdStrike or C Limited, right? So their profit margin low is a business nature to be low. It's not like they can anytime make profit. No, that is the business nature, because they are more like servicing. They are not like building one software for everyone. They are like, this company, I build this software for you. That company, I build that software for you. So it's a bit challenging to have very high valuation. And for the valuation to be sustainable, I think quite challenging. How about Lemonade? Lemonade is an interesting company. It has run up so far, so high, even though the company hasn't shown ability to really make a super good change and disruption yet. So I think the share price is running ahead, right? I will keep monitoring the company until it's true that they are really gonna be the game changer and their business model is sustainable and they really can perform better than the traditional insurance company. That's when I'll buy. But so far, it hasn't shown yet, right? It hasn't shown that they are able to reduce the default rate significantly. Yeah, so still have to keep in view. Yeah, you're referring to AT, is it? Yeah, I don't want to comment too much on AT as well. Later, people say I cincai stock thing. Yeah, so quite a lot of you, you realize, right? Don't you realize, in the past few months, nobody even talk about property stocks. Agree? Type in yes if you agree. In the past few months, nobody even talk about property stocks. But now, you look at the comment section itself, many people start to ask me about property stocks, right? And I think it confirmed my suspicion. Property stocks is going on uptrend already. Even though they haven't shown, in the result yet, but in terms of their share price, share price always come faster than the result one. For some reason, some people, okay, they have a lot of money, see something and they think the share price may be going up. So I don't know what they see, okay, but yeah, property industry is the industry that I'm watching, okay. So for example, I just share with you, next year, from now onward, I want to make a stand on my portfolio. So my stand is very simple, okay. I'm gonna put my portfolio mostly, okay, gonna go bigger and bigger on the recovery stocks, because I think there is nothing stopping us from going back to normal now. Type in yes if you agree. There is nothing stopping us from going back to normal life anymore. The vaccine is out. It's just a matter of time, confirm a matter of time, and so many places already start to administer. Singapore bought for their whole population. So Singapore, everybody can get a vaccine. Hong Kong as well, right? But of course, there are many other places that maybe 20-30% population. But the contract signed is going to roll out next year. Most of the government believe that at least 30% to 100% of population will be vaccinated next year. So I think, going back to normal is just a matter of time. Now, to play this, maybe tourism. Okay, tourism can go back. And I think that will be like, there will be a rush, right? That means people will rush to the tourism stocks. So maybe even Asia, despite the financial outlook bad, maybe can still go up, right? That's number one. Number two, maybe because people thought the economy will be so bad, but it's not that bad, but interest rate is so low. So those super cyclical stocks like construction and property may come back, right? It's the time for them to, actually, if you look at their financial, a lot of the property stocks, right, the impairment loss cow their inventories. I just shared with my friend, my coaches last night, okay? My coaches, which is those that are working with us, like Julio, Zheng Yu, because they celebrate my birthday yesterday. So what happened was, I told them, you see, 5-6 years ago when we studied the company report, we used to invest in property stocks and lose money, okay? But that was 5-6 years ago. When we look at them, okay, back then we were like super green, don't know anything, right? There are no such thing as inventory one, very small, the inventory figure in their balance sheet. Most of it is, what land held for property development, what work in progress. Nowadays, you look at it, the property counter punya balance sheet, the inventories is so high. The current asset, most of it is an inventory. And the current asset, a lot of them may not be able to cover the current liability. So that's why a lot of them this year and next year, maybe in the next 6 months, they are gonna, if can not lose money, clear it first, right? Because they need the cash now. I never thought they need the cash, but when I look at the balance sheet, I understand why they are like panicking and trying to get the cash now. Yeah. So it's a good opportunity. If you want to buy property, this will be a good time. But also for the property development company, because when they sell at a loss or discount, right, a lot of the loss will be factored in. And also if they think this property is now worth 20-30% lesser, they're gonna impairment loss the property. So all these things are gonna happen and already happened in their balance sheet. That's why they keep losing money. So after all this impairment, you are like starting fresh and you start to go higher from there. Hey, thanks guys for the birthday wish. My birthday haven't come yet, right? They celebrate earlier for with me, right? My birthday is in on Thursday, right? So with that said, that's why I'm starting to look very seriously into property counter. Last time I bought EcoWorld, right, 40 cents, but then I exited at break-even price. A bit sad because it went up 20-30%. Never mind, because I don't want to buy the EcoWorld anymore. Why? It's the same thing as what one person is asking. What is your comment on EcoWorld and UEM? I really no comment. The reason being is I don't know what they are doing. Why you want to merge for what? I don't understand what's going on, and there is so many, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, the thing. Like, I don't know, right? I don't know what they're planning, what's going on, who's winning, who's losing. I don't know. And what's a greater plan? And because of that, I purposely avoid these two and I find others, right? Maybe like Matrix Concept or maybe like IGM Property, maybe Masing, IOI Property also. But, IOI Property and Matrix, these two didn't actually drop a lot. Or maybe Kerja Prospect, because they are the construction company, mainly doing the condo, right? Yeah. So, yeah, if you are our Investor Diary member, this coming Saturday, I will do a whole analysis of the property industry in terms of stocks, and I'll choose one or two that I have already started buying, okay? And you will know this Saturday, right? That said, I will also share with you the risk of investing in these counters because it's super cyclical. You can expect a negative 30% loss very easy, and you may need to hold for a long time. right? If you're okay with that, then I'll share like really completely, right? Any investor diary member here, if you're excited, type in me, right? Yeah, so we will look at them, right? IOI property, all this. We'll look at the existing project, their land bank, very important as well, their liquidity, all this. So that's what we'll be covering in depth this Saturday. KSL, right, is very interesting. KSL is very cheap, right? Of all, it's the cheapest. But of course, they mainly rely on their mall rental, okay? But very weird thing is, I see they never give dividend, you know. They have a lot of cash, but they never give dividend, okay? Never give dividend. And they get good cash flow from their properties, but also never give dividend. So I feel like the management, it's like they take the salary only, but they never want to give the shareholder the dividend. Maybe one day we'll privatize. I don't know. These are not speculation. These are just my thoughts. I'm not saying what they want to do. This is just what I observe. Okay? What I observe. I'm just scared they may want to prioritize. And what price will prioritize who? Macam mana I tahu. So that's why I don't dare to buy. Okay? JJ asks, Sifu, why Naga Corp drop all every day? I don't know, right? I don't know why it dropped every day. But I'm happy that it dropped every day. Can we ask, boss, what about MBSB and Maybach? Okay, MBSB is a, last time as far as I know, is a property and a developer bank. Okay, now I'm not so sure. This one, you need to check more in depth. I think there's something special about it, but I can't comment too much. It looks interesting to me back then because of the financials, all this. Hi, Mingtek. Now that US government can push through a relief bill, does it generally raise the market? Last year, they were also in stalemate. Did the relief bill help the market? This one, I don't know, right? If you ask me economic impact, I believe yes, right? Let's say if the people in US buy a lot of things, right, from Apple or whatever, and then their kilang is in Malaysia, then Malaysia benefit as well, indirectly. Yeah, but we make the market go up, nobody knows, right? I think there's something very interesting happening. People are talking about increasing interest rate, which is way too early, right? Because the Federal Reserve has already said they won't increase interest rate for the next few years. But in US, if you look at the YouTube video, the Jim Cramer, all this is speculating that next year itself, there may be an increased interest rate. That event is going to cause the share market, highly likely to cause the share market to go down 20-30% if there is a speculation of increased interest rate. Yeah, but I can see that, you know, the whole market now is actually in a bit of a dip, right? So if you look at a lot of the stocks today, they are going to open negative, even in US, 2 to 3% negative. Very interesting. I think this is your last opportunity for the, personally, I believe if you want to buy the recovery play stocks, like Genting or Hibiscus or whatever, Hibiscus not so sure, because not necessarily people can come out, travel, no more COVID, the share price, the Hibiscus, the oil price will go up, not necessarily. It also depend on the supply. So this one depends on OPEC, what they are doing there, right? But other than that, let's say if you are talking about maybe, you know, what are the other recovery counters, right? Tourism, I think the one that can come to my mind, tourism, right? Tourism confirm, if the share price drop now, I think it's my last opportunity. Because when people start to get the vaccine and can start to travel, I don't think you can get to buy them cheap anymore. So if you want, this is the time, I think, right? Don't wait until like 2-3 months later, then say, I should have buy the tourism sector. If you miss out on a lot of the stock, a lot of the industry, this is one industry that you know it's gonna come back, maybe 6 months, 1 year, and you're quite sure it's gonna happen. So, and now they are still cheap, so can look at it. What about Symphony Life in terms of property? Yeah, I haven't looked at them. Steel industry, not sure, right? Steel industry, not sure. Is there new projects and things going on? A lot of construction projects going on? Maybe not yet. Yeah, but if, again, need to look at the chart law, because they will move together one, right? Usually will be the steel move together with the construction, then after that will be the developer, property developer, right? What do you think about Genting Malaysia and Genting? I think I shared my thoughts before. I'm really troubled with the related party transaction, and I'm really troubled by their growth projection and their management attitude. It's not as aggressive, and the profit margin, all this, is not, I don't like it. I just don't like Genting. Perak Transit. Perak Transit, I think they got awarded some contract, right? I'll just share with you what's on my watch list. On my watch list now, yeah, most of the stocks, most of you already know. Let me see what other stocks are interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's it, man. Even Prolexus dropped a lot today. Dropped like 8-9%. Okay. Wow, net profit 8-fold, crazy, man. T7 Global, which we interviewed, also dropped 5-6%. Wow, UWC went up a lot. How about Dufu, MT? OCK is doing the cell tower. 5G, they may benefit from it, but is it any cheap now? Yeah, not expensive, not too expensive actually, and not much people talking about it yet. Yeah, maybe interesting. Maybe interesting. Okay. Dufu, all this tech one, I haven't really studied in depth, so I cannot comment too much. MCT. Yeah, most of the stocks you guys mentioned, I can't comment too much because I don't know much about them. But I personally, when I look at it, the one company that I've been studying this week, may not be sure to buy, is a company called CDR. They are listed in Poland. It's not actually it's a gaming stock. I don't know whether you guys play game. You guys will play GTA one or not? This is my youngster. I play game. GTA is made by Take-Two Interactive, right? If you play Assassin's Creed, it's made by Ubisoft, right? If you play the sports game, it's made by EA Games, right? So one of the game is called Witcher 3, and recently they released a game called Cyberpunk, right? This is made by a company called CD Projekt Red, right? The stock actually went down 40%. Since they launched the new game, because the game has a lot of bug. But I played it, I finished the game, and I feel like, this game is not bad, right? Eventually, people will start to appreciate it, right? And I read their earnings call, all this, they have a lot of things upcoming. And as we all know, online gaming, digital gaming, all these things are gaining traction. So it could be a good opportunity because, yes, somebody saying Cyberpunk is having bad review, this game, yes, but the management is fixing the game. So when they are fixed, and this company, this game developer, is like the top glove of Poland, they are within the top 10 company. So they're going to fix it. By the time they fix it, I think maybe they can recover back to the previous share price, right? So it depends on the entry on it. So that's why I'm looking at the stock, right? Of all, they used to be the most expensive gaming stocks, but at the rate that they are dropping, I think, it could be a good bargain soon. So I am keeping them in view, right? I remember Ubisoft had this issue with the Assassin's Creed Unity before, but then after that, people forgot about it. The share price continued to go up. So it's a similar case, right? So that's why I'm looking at it. But I will have to study more and share in depth also to the investor diary member this Saturday as well. Okay, so you're in for a treat, those investor diary member this Saturday. All right. Please comment SCGM result. I don't think there's much to comment. My SCGM should be in line, should be still making more and more money year after year. I'll be surprised if they make less money year after year. See, make more money year after year. What's there to comment? People already know pun ma. That's why the share price went up so much, right? Yeah, every quarter make more and more. But now it's on the high end of valuation, right? So if the share price will drop until like 180 or 150, yeah, that will be a good price to buy. But also depend on their oil price. Oil price don't want to go up. So actually it's a bit of quite tough for them also. If you buy hibiscus and SCGM, it's like don't know what you're doing, Like if hibiscus go up, SCGM may come down, right? So there is some sensitivity there. So we need to look at how sensitive is the thing. Yeah. Keep in view what to do, right? So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I think this concludes another episode of our Bursa Secret Show. I'll try to bring in guests, maybe like Grondi or Lucas, to share with you what's that next year's top pick so that we can prepare for next year. All right. I hope you enjoyed this sharing. If you enjoyed this sharing, give me a love button, right? Liu Wei Ta said, I kept SCGM and hibiscus. So it's like what? You're doing hedging. Both is like your portfolio will always be the same. Not necessarily like the sensitivity. What if they both go up, right? You wouldn't know. Thank you everyone for joining and tuning in tonight. See you this Wednesday. Bye-bye.